Hi YouTube, it's just me. We did a Q&A a few nights ago. I love the Q&As. I always say I love the Q&As, but I generally love the Q&As. I just wanted to share a question and an answer at the Q&A. So, lovely lady asked about the shooting in Texas. I hadn't heard about it. But she informed me there had been a shooting in Texas at a school recently, and could I go and have a look? And as I travelled and went and had a look, I saw that the FBI were orchestrated this event. However, the event itself was false. It had actors and it was a hoax. And when I asked the reason why, I saw that the distribution of guns in the US is controlled by this distribution company. I don't know the name of the company. And the FBI want their power. They don't want them to have that power. It's this company that distributes the guns to the people, and the people give them that power. The FBI want the power of this company. So this is kind of like a big hoax to grab the power from this company, from this organisation that have the rights to sell guns to the American people. The plan that I saw that the FBI had is that to gain this power, they would then restrict the gun control in the US. Not totally, but they would restrict it to an amount that they were happy with, where they would make money, but the restrictions would be I think the restrictions in gun control in the US maybe quite relaxed. I don't know. I didn't look into it, but I just saw a restriction that the FBI would bring in to, but there would still be, people would be able to still have guns, but I suppose the license. And so what I saw is that the Texas shooting was a complete hoax in order to FBI, in order to bring back that power to them. And the people that distribute guns don't have the power. So, it's the dark fighting the dark, I suppose. So I just wanted to share that, and I hope all is well in YouTube land and everyone's okay. On a really positive note, the split in reality is really strong. Like, Gaia's gone through enormous amount of changes and released an enormous amount of energy. So there is what I see when I go in now is that there's two collectives. There's the dark collective, actually three. There's the dark collective, the light collective, and the people in the middle. And the difference that I can see from the dark collective and the light collective is the intention for their life. So the people that have the intention to want to evolve and be responsible for their life and create the life that they want and thrive, their hearts are in the light collective. And then the dark collective don't want to take responsibility or don't want to evolve, and are quite happy in the being controlled or manipulated or controlled, manipulated or abused, or not conscious enough to see what's taking place. And then there's people in the middle that also don't know. They don't know. It was an interesting one. I'll talk about that actually. Yeah, because this was a few Q&As back. Someone asked about Ricky Gervais. There was a question about Ricky Gervais, and he did that speech at a Golden Globes, and he went on, and it was brilliant. It's fantastic. It's a Golden Globes speech, and he starts talking about starts basically dissing the celebrities and how they're connected to paedophiles and everything like that, And it was really powerful, and you're like, wow. I've watched it a few times, and you think, wow, Ricky is like, he's like one of us. Do you know what I mean? And anyway, the question was, how did he get away with that? Like, how did he, he's part of that system. How did he get away with it? So when I went and looked at him, I saw that he was very protected, and that I actually went and spoke to his consciousness. I spoke to him and asked him, and he said that his fame was actually created in order for him to get into the scenes that he needed to get into, the people that he needed to get into. So his fame was created. So the dark have given him a living and a vocation, but behind that living and vocation is something actually quite darker, of blackmail and stuff like that. So he is protected, but and I said, well, why don't you just come over to the lighter side? Why? And he said, no, I'm quite happy here. They're giving me my living. They're giving me my career. I'm quite happy where I am. So the dark system that he works within is quite happy there. And that's where he wants to be. So it's kind of like, past learning about, and if you look at my videos, I was learning about like Hillary and Trump, and seeing like Trump as like this savior and Hillary as like the bad person. And it's this concept that we have of the good and the bad. And what I'm realizing is, through the Trump thing and what happened with him, that actually ultimately these people still want control. They're still working under that frequency. One may want less control than the other, but ultimately they work for the same side, but just part of the same coin, just on the different sides. And it's that battle, and it's coming out of that battle. And what I see with now coming out of that battle, the battle is actually just what's going on within yourself, and it gets projected out into this reality. So you don't need to be in battle. There's lots of obviously lots of people making light of what's actually the dark are doing. And I looked at another thing in the last Q&A. I can't remember who they were called, but they were actually these are good people going into the dark, and journalists and stuff like that, and looking at how the dark play and what's going on, and in that arena, and the message really came forward is that arena is leaving. Like, Gaia has rejected it. It's still in her field, and this is why we can still see it and we can hear it, and but the energies of that is getting less and less and less, and that will eventually just fall away. And she gave the analogy, it's like you're in a home and you're moving homes, but you're still there mentally trying to figure out and study the home that you were once lived in, but you're not staying there. You're actually going into a completely different reality. And the people that are going, their hearts are already there. It's just the mind has to catch up with the heart, so they can actually see the beauty that they are, and the beauty that is then projected out into this reality. It's really fascinating, because obviously I've been seeing this split coming for a long time, been talking about it for years, but it's actually happened, and it's just the mind that needs to now catch up with the heart, and that is a process in itself. And even Gaia is not fully done with the split. Like when I see Gaia, and the dark reality is out of her, the physical energies of her, and it's still in her field, and that she's saying is slowly moving away, but she's not fully rejecting it like really quickly, because there's still understanding that she needs to gain in order to make sure that this never happens again, and that these energies never ever make home on her ever again. So yeah, it was really uplifting. I know for me, like me personally, and I have heard from others as well, that where we used to be really consumed by what the dark are doing and everything like that, but actually it's not as affecting as it once was. So yeah, I mean, if you want to, you can always join the Q&A. You can always come and ask questions if you wish. I'll if you want to join, I've got a new website now. It's gorgeous. I'd like to thank Valerie for that. It's amazing. And you can join the newsletter. And on the newsletter, there is a free video to teach you on how to journey. Because part of the new world is actually, it's not understanding information outside of us. It's like actually understanding who we are with fascinating energy that needs to be understood and to evolve and to expand. And I've been doing this on the courses that I've been doing. Do a level 1 and a level 2 course, and then very soon there will be a level 3, and it's all about getting people to gain their own answers within instead of looking on the internet, and understand themselves, so they can really start to, really carry on the evolution and expansion of self. And so there is a free video that you can start off with that. You just have to sign up to my newsletter, which if you click on, go to the bottom of the page, sign up to the newsletter, and you'll then receive a video on getting you started on how to journey. There will be online courses going up soon, and so, and also if you would like a one-to-one course with me, then you can just contact me, and my website is attached. Okay, and if you'd like to join Patreon, it's always lovely seeing new people. And okay, well, have a lovely weekend. I think it's going to be a nice sunny weekend. So have a lovely time, whatever you're doing and wherever you are in the world. And sending you big hugs. Okay, you take care. Bye.